Have you ever eaten a slice of cake or a chocolate and immediately felt like, why did I eat that? I am supposed to be losing weight. I'm supposed to be dieting. I shouldn't be eating this. And you feel tremendous guilt inside. If yes, then this video is for you. Let me tell you one thing. That food is not making you fat. That guilt is making you fat. That guilt is making you crave more and more junk food. Yes, and I'm going to tell you how to get out of that cycle. Welcome to the series You Will Never Be Able to Lose Weight Until, where I explain different mandatory things that you need to do if you really want to lose weight effortlessly and you want to manifest your sexier self permanently. Effortless and permanent are important words here. We don't want to lose weight temporarily, we want to lose weight permanently. Let's get started. Now stay till the end because I'm going to teach you how to eat without guilt, how to eat with complete freedom and still lose weight. And I'll give you my ritual on how to get rid of that guilt forever. First, where does this guilt come from? See, many of us, almost everyone, believes that dieting for losing weight is supposed to be strict. You're supposed to get rid of all the tasty food, all the junk food, all the food outside, and you're supposed to eat just boiled food and less food. This is the biggest myth out there, that you're supposed to eat less, you're supposed to eat less calories if you want to lose weight. That is the biggest bullshit. But just because you don't have knowledge, you go ahead and do that in the name of dieting. You try to control yourself, and over the years or over the days, that control builds up into guilt. See, I have seen women, not just women or my clients out there, I have also done this myself in the past. We are so used to of controlling the food, we are so used to of associating guilt with food that we feel guilty for just eating normal food, normal regular food, and not in normal amounts. Yes, we feel guilty for eating normal food. That's how far we have gone. That's how messed up our relationship with food is. Whenever we think of eating something, we immediately feel this guilt. We immediately get these thoughts that I'm supposed to be losing weight, I don't look good, I have this belly sticking out, and blah blah. And let me tell you one thing, this guilt is making you gain even more weight. I'll explain how. Let's understand this guilt cycle. See, first, in the name of dieting, you try to control your food, right? And that gives you uncontrollable cravings. And you try to control, of course, you use your motivation, but you're going to run out of motivation one day. That is inevitable. So you lose control and you binge eat. And that binge eating causes a lot of guilt, which gives that craving more power over you. And that guilt makes you crave even more junk food, and you binge it even more, and you feel worse about yourself, and that feeling pushes you, that feeling, that stress, that guilt pushes you towards eating more junk food, and that makes you gain weight. If you are just able to get that guilt out of your feeling, out of your mind, you will be able to get out of this vicious cycle, and you will not gain weight, trust me. See, I was stuck in this cycle for so many years, even after becoming a nutritionist, and now I am able to get out of that cycle. Now I am sometimes binge eating, sometimes eating junk food, but it's not a regular thing. I don't feel that guilt anymore. I don't get those uncontrollable cravings anymore. And the reason is I was able to get that guilt out of my mind and my body. Don't let yourself feel bad for eating good food, for eating any kind of food. I'll tell you how to do that. There is one more thing you need to understand, that this guilt is making you feel worse about yourself, right? So your body is reacting negatively to it, right? Because if you feel bad about yourself, it is going to raise your stress, it is going to raise cortisol, and that cortisol is going to make you crave more food, especially junk food. And it is also going to cause all sorts of metabolic health issues, and it is going to cause digestive issues and blah blah. Many things are related to that. So it's not just the guilt psychological thing, it affects your body physically as well. Next thing you need to understand is you're subconsciously labeling a food good or bad food. For example, if you like some food item, I'm sure you have labeled it as a bad food if you have habit of making yourself feel guilty for eating, right? Whatever it is, maybe it makes you fat, maybe it doesn't, you don't know that. But one thing is for sure, if you have labeled that food as bad food, for example, you have eaten pani puri, or you crave some chips, or you crave some sweets or cakes or pastries or chocolates, whatever, you have labeled them all as bad foods, or all carbohydrates as bad foods, and you eat them, you crave them, right? You eat them. So you are literally blessing that food with this energy that it is going to make me fat, and whatever that you think happens. So even if that food item was not going to make you fat, it is now going to make you fat, because that's what you're manifesting it. It's not just the blessing, but maybe you'll eat more of it subconsciously, because you have created this thought that that this food is going to make me fat. So you will subconsciously take such actions that it is going to make you fat, because that's what you've declared to the universe, that I want this end result, I want this food to make me fat. You understand that? That's why you need to first stop labeling the foods as good and bad. Stop letting yourself feel guilty about eating them. Then what is the solution? If you know that chocolate makes you fat, it has a lot of sugar, it raises insulin, and it makes you fat. So what is the solution? First thing you need to do is to get rid of that guilt. You need to realize that you're not addicted to that food item, you're addicted to feeling guilty. Yes, that is the pattern. I'm sure this is surprising for you. You're not addicted to any kind of food. It is not like you see, people think that, I also used to think that I cannot control eating chocolates. I have uncontrollable cravings for chocolates. If I see it, I have to finish it, right? But it was not that I was addicted to chocolates, but it was that I was addicted to guilt that I felt after eating that chocolate. I was addicted to punishing my own self. I was stuck in this guilt and punishment cycle. That's what I thought, I cannot control eating chocolates. And why does this happen? Because you have set some strict rules for yourself, and you get that emotional release when you break your own strict rules and binge eat on that food item. You have restricted yourself from eating that food item for so long that you want to break your own rules and get that emotional release. That's the main point here. That's why you need to get rid of that guilt. You need to stop associating food with guilt. How to do that? Whenever you get the cravings, just tell yourself it is what it is. If I feel like it, I'm going to eat it and I'm going to enjoy it. You're anyways going to eat that sooner or later. Why not just enjoy it? Eat it now and enjoy it. See, initially you are going to use some of your willpower or strength, emotional strength, to stop feeling guilty, because you have been stuck in this pattern of feeling guilty, right? So this is a new habit that you need to form. You have habit of feeling guilty, now you need to stop feeling guilty. So what you will do is, first you will enjoy that food item. If you're really getting cravings, go ahead and enjoy, eat as much as you want, and tell yourself it is what it is. I felt like eating it, so I ate it and I enjoyed it. That's it. No other thought that I'll get fat, I have no self control, blah blah. You need to stop yourself from criticizing your own self. Stop yourself from feeling guilty. You need to completely accept yourself, completely accept your habits or uncontrollable cravings or whatever it is. Get rid of that guilt. Second thing, as I said before, stop labeling the food as good or bad. Of course, there is healthy food and unhealthy food, but you need to understand that sometimes that bad food has also given you some comfort, right? It has helped you to socialize or whatever it is, right? So it's not really that bad, unless it gives you a lot of allergies or you have some heart condition and doctor has asked you not to eat sugar. So that's a different scenario. But if it is not causing you immediate harm, it take your time to get it out of your habits, or Take your time and work on your mindset and slowly get rid of that food item if it is really unhealthy. Plus, one more thing you need to do is you need to look at healthy food as something that is good for you, something that is delicious, tasty. So, you need to make an effort to make healthy food suit your taste buds. Try out different recipes, get some knowledge of what really is healthy. Boiled broccoli, boiled chicken is not healthy. Spices do not make you fat, cheese doesn't make you fat. So you can actually add these things to your food to make it tastier, to make healthy food tastier. If you want to know how to make healthy food tasty, I have prepared a recipe book. You can get that recipe book. I'll put the link here somewhere in the description. And the last thing that you need to do is, once you've eaten that junk food, unhealthy food, whatever food that makes you feel guilty, instead of criticizing yourself for eating that, practice gratitude. Yes. So before you were criticizing yourself, you were criticizing the food, you were criticizing yourself for eating it. And now what you will do is you will actually practice gratitude. You will actually thank that food because it has given you some pleasure, it has given you some nutrients, if anything, it has given you sugar, it has given you energy, right? So turn the tables. Change your feeling after eating that food. And let me tell you one thing, this is not going to make you eat more of that food, but it is going to heal your relationship with food. It is going to train your subconscious to trust the food and associate it with safety and healing. So learn to thank that food instead of making yourself feel guilty. If you like this video, then give it a quick like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear this, who needs to stop criticizing herself, himself for eating good food.